Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a couple days. Had a few surprises. Woke up yesterday because I was planning to stream yesterday. Checked my email, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, apparently I missed an assignment because I got a 0 on a 250-point essay. So I had to end up spending most of yesterday doing that. But okay, anyways, Temtem. So I made this team after the last stream like 3 days ago. It was kind of rough with the target rep team. I thought I'd mix things up. Haha, mix. I wanted to. I realized mix might actually be pretty strong because at the very least your opponent has to play around it. And even if every team has 4 spread moves, if you can ban 2 of them and threaten out or just deal with 1 or 2 or get mixed in a position where I can kill them, you might be alright. But I think the mix strives best on a stallier, slower team, so that's kind of what I got here. But I think I might switch it around to like a more offensive team at some point. Mix is the offensive and defensive typing is pretty solid, and just having a trait that always has to be worried about is just a little nice touch. Well, I'll just go through the team quick. I did put it all in attack. So like I'm not real great at playing or building stall, and I'm sure if I continue with this team, I'll change some of the spreads around. But for now, I just got an anaerobic, bulky, special wall of Olderend. Got an Adoro, significant defense invest, and a little bit of special attack, just to be a kind of an offensive threat, just big pain in the butt. Here's my mix spread right now. This defense invest allows it to live up to a Crystal Plume Gatling from a Chimerian, while also still being weak to most, or still getting put in Puppet Master range by most of the things it normally would have already. Regenerate is a great move. I'm running it over Psy Surge for sure. And refresh just to scale. Probably one of the more interesting things on this team is the Windquash. So Windquash gets Refreshing Breeze, Hypnosis, and Zen Meditation. Kind of all the support moves. And then I just have Windstream as a cheaper, higher damage offensive move. But Hypnosis, essentially, I can put a Tem to sleep with Hypnosis, then do Zen Meditation and get plus special attack, or whatever on both Tems, which is really nice. Or I can Refreshing Breeze to debuff my opponent's special defense, or to buff my own special defense if Taifu is nearby. Because Taifu is kind of the main raid boss I'd like to buff here. Just some defense invest to balance out its lopsided defenses. Stamina invest allows it to have a 4-turn rotation with Gaia, so essentially unlimited stamina outside of marbles and exhaust. A safer trait's just the better trait on a slower Taifu, stallier Taifu, I believe. And I mean, like Leech got buffed in the 1.4.2 patch, but so did Mix, and both kind of flew under the radar. Everything else is just super strong. But I've been playing a couple matches, like I said, and it feels pretty good. Because I mean, it has Hypoxia, in which it can hit toxic types. Not that you want to be on the board against them, but it's an option. And the Bark Shield to buff defenses. Calibus is just kind of something to pair next to Mix once it gets in Puppet Master. Most of the time you completely ignore Calibus, but you can't really ignore it when Puppet Master is available. It has Strangle for a bit of control, Toxic Ink to actually deal damage and be somewhat of an offensive threat, Water Blade for water coverage, and Flood, because it doesn't really have any other good moves. I could run Water Jet for a physical, stronger water move, I suppose, but the potential to gain speed advantage with maybe a Crystal Spikes from Mix or Hypnosis from Koish, both are nice options to have available. Karen's pretty standard. I did invest a little bit in special attack instead of full in defenses. I probably could take this out, considering I'm just going to be killing stuff with like Psychosis. But it is nice against stuff like Two Vines, which usually run bait. And if I ever lead Karen, which sometimes I'll want to just so I can't get banned, having more damage threat as an option is nice. Grumper was a Tem I just put in here. I had Zenarith before, but I had a really bad fire weakness. Grumper not only solves the fire weakness, but it also kind of has the same idea with slowdown synergy instead of Crystal Deluge. Plus it has Stonewall to support. I'm trying Tesla Prison over Thunderstrike just for a cheaper option and maybe for faster slowdowns. I was debated on Petrify over Dust Vortex as well, but I think I just want the damage Dust Vortex offers. Is kind of the main one. So that's kind of the team. Like I said, I played a couple games with it. It was pretty mixed results. I still think my ability to play stall is subpar, but we're working on it. Hello, Absol, welcome. Also, a little bit of bad news. My Pookie Umbra radars, the one I was working on over the last couple streams, broke and no luck. I started a new one. I finished it. It broke, no luck. So we are now starting my 8th Umbra Pookie radar. Had to get rid of my Acronox. It was still a duplicate Luma, but it's still a bit sad to have to get rid of your own Lumas, in my opinion. But it's better than having to pay like 400k that I don't have to buy another. And I could be running back and forth in Cy Park trying to get Osuchi or Grumvels to get Luma drops from, but I just not particularly interested in doing that when I could still be hunting Pookies. And once I get this Umbra Pookie, I'll just go back to doing normal radars. I've got a large stock of feathers I can invest real easy into some... Oh, there... Real easy to get something or other. Alright. Lost my train of thought already. I'll probably go for Pep-Voice. I think that's what I said. Pep-Voice is the low percent radar I want to get first. You only have 3 Lumas. You're still pretty new to the game though, right? And Lumas are supposed to be rare. They were supposed to be like one of the rarest things in the game. But then they added radars that you can just choose whichever one you want, and also Digilayers, both of which added a whole bunch into the game. Super easy ways to get them to. You placed in Season 1, you had 13, had to sell 10 to get stuff to try to get money and feathers. Ooh, that's unfortunate to hear. Alright. So, I'm gonna ban Nid here, because it would provide healing and toxic ticks to my team, which sucks. Yeah, I would have always recommended just breeding to get more money, personally, but I suppose other people have taken different routes. Bans my mix, which is a bit sad. I did wanna play with my mix. I'll start with Calibus. You can spread toxic ticks on everything other than the 2 toxics. It's tanky enough it can live super effective hits from like a Hasty Lunge from Minotaur or a Wind Burst from Tolkien. Because I just have like 500 HP, 400 special defense, and then some in stamina as my spread. It wasn't anything special. It's just after the update, you literally had 100. I mean, when starting out, it's always a bit rough, because you basically gotta wait like 2 or 3 weeks and just do dojo rematches to try and get perfects and such. Dang, he did pick the double toxic. It's a little surprising, but okay. I mean, Grumper's pretty good here. Hard to find people breeding. Yeah, right. I'm just... He was saying back in, I think, the Showdown update, or Season 1, he sold all of his Lumas. Back then, people were still breeding quite a bit, and it was a great way to make profit. Oh no, not the wind, Koish. Why? Um, Taifu is going to be pretty valuable here. If we can just break through the two toxics. No way you could have made money. You didn't have a dojo team, TV train, didn't have any cars to do free time, couldn't. What happened? Did you make some bad purchases, buy some Luma eggs that you didn't have any luck on and that just kind of bit you in the butt? Because I mean, throughout your story, you make over 200,000 in Pansons. And even just starting with dojo rematches, you can just use your story team. Even if you get some deductions, you can still usually pick up a win or two and get you a good start. Whoa, koi fish is a koi fish? I know, every time I see like an actual koi fish in real life, which like isn't often at all, but I say, wow, it's a koi fish. It's just like I feel really dumb afterwards. uh, kept hunting in the park and then not getting anything because it's been extremely rough. It's already low funds to begin with. You spot a lot of items during your story playthrough. I tried to keep mine to a low amount. Ooh, Garender swap. Okay. Wolfie swap in. Interesting. An Inductor heal, which is nice. A little bit more chip damage as well. That free swap in for my Volarend. I'm sure he's going to swap Grunder back in, though. Back on Grump. I still think Grumper's really good. It's just right now I'm playing a stall team, and I wanted... something to beat fires a bit better than my current options, and this is... Grumper was one of the better options, Stonewall user and all. Taifu, yes. I've been really liking Taifu on this team. The Taifu mix combo seems pretty strong. It's just kind of, hoping for no spread moves. My opponent knew that he had very limited options for spread moves, so that seems to be why he banned. I mean, this is a really nice board for me. I could start raid bossing Volarend, throw Stonewall on it, but it's still going to lose out to Garunder later on, so I'm just not too sure about that. Karen can't do a whole lot else. It's just, do I want to Stonewall the Karen or the Volarend mainly? I think I'll go with the Volarend. Interesting. Skull helmet so I don't get exhausted, which is nice. It's pretty good damage. It might be a squishy or Volphy. It's actually a 3-hit KO. Ah! Late Torment. Not what I was expecting. That hurts. That definitely hurts. I can't Psychosis him yet. So I'll just throw a Roar. And then another Nox Bomb at Volphy. But once Volphy goes down, I would be able to Psychosis pretty freely. We actually swapped. Ah, dang. I'm a little surprised by that. It's not like Mogu Yowler likes this board much. Counter still takes quite a bit of damage. Shot for the Mulgu cage. He wouldn't be able to cage his Yowler though. Not for both statuses at least. And then I'm actually gonna bring in Calibus for the Mom's Lunch stamina exhaust. The literal I guess I always think Faraday Cage now. If he side Faraday Cage plus normal cage, that would be bad. I'm not sure how much he can do with cage though. Ooh, Platymus, okay. I was hoping more to get this on Garender, but this works too. On the chance counter survives, I'll throw Stonewall on the Calibus. We'll just Waterblade the Mulgu. Yeah, so there's the cage. He's just the cage in the Toxin Shower is what it is. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because if he would have brought in something other than Platymus, or even just kept in the Yowler, I would have been able to doom it, and there wasn't a whole lot he could do. He has the Handcuffs of Wolfie, but that's about it. $185, $123. I don't think that's enough. It's not quite enough. I should put enough. Should put like 1 or 2 points of speed in my Calibus just so we can outspeed Volerend. Because right now this is super unfortunate. There's not a whole lot I can do. I still have to bring in Volerend. I can Toxic Plume and strangle the Platymus, which is probably going to be my best option. Just a little bit of chip on Mulgu, but it at least does something. He's just going to try and break through. Still does more damage than I'd like. He almost surely brings in his Garender now. So he swaps in Garender and then rests on Mulgu and then cages the next turn. That's what I'm expecting at least. I have to Feathergat though, just in case he wasn't to swap. Oh, he actually swaps out the Mulgu. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely behind this game. Not getting any good reads, and I don't have enough healing on this team. I don't have any healing, really. I mean, I got a little bit of Inductor with Grumper. My Crystal was banned out for Toxic Plume Synergy, so I don't have that. Arrow, hello, welcome. I don't have either of my mentals for Stonewall either, or for Slowdown. I swapped. Volfi, yeah. Could have definitely clicked other moves. Got Oshi on the Owler? That's surprising. I guess it's just a comeback or a late Torment Yowler. I haven't attacked the thing yet, but I should have known. This is about the best remaining board for me to get Taifu in. But he just late torments. Yeah, this one's lost. Another late torment just finishes off Taifu. I could throw a leech, but that's not going to be nearly enough. He's gonna swap Sinker under anyways, save some stamina. And a bush just to rub some salt in the wound. Yeah, both my damage scaling options were removed with Quaish and Mix. And whiffing the Doom with Kaurin was also so unfortunate. Because if he was playing with one less Tem, I would have had so many more options. But GG's. I think we just try again. I don't think there was anything inherently bad about that match. I just made a whole bunch of really wrong predictions. Grumper didn't do a whole lot that match. Its defensive type chart is so bad. I think it almost needs a mental next to it for slowdown, otherwise it's not going to feel good. You love Pookie? Me too. Hoping to get an Umbra soon. Radar number 8. I'll have to just catch a random normal Pookie so I can have all 3 normal Luma and Umbra Pookie in my party at the same time. I was thinking, I don't normally do nicknames for my stuff, but if I was to nickname my Umbra Pookie, it would be like Spooky. Just Pookie with an S at the start. Because it looks creepy anyways. I think there's actually a league match going on right now. The semifinals for Group A. So if you guys wanted some other content to watch, I think that's also available. I didn't want to have to stream over it, but this is probably going to be the only time I have free today to stream, and I wanted to put something out there, so here we are. Might also make it difficult to find matches because a lot of comp players are probably going to be watching or playing in that. Perfect entertainment for your radar. Good, good. Slower matches here. What are you hunting for? And Umbra or Luma? We're facing Dino Dude. Luma Genki and super unlucky with Umbras. I feel that. T Honey, hello. It's been a little while. How you doing? Calibus ban, interesting. I don't have any fires or melees, so Chimerian would kind of be an issue. 12 from a Shook and double figures for Ampling. Oh, that is... Yeah, it feels so bad to have to get rid of your Lumas to even get more radars too. Or pay a fortune to get a few drops from the auction house. Broke your only Umbra Saku radar. Aw, rip. Yeah, Saku's probably a good one since I still don't think Pedal Dagger's an ETC in the pool. Had to take a break for a bit. Well, good to see you back. You tried a new update out any? That's an interesting lead. Saku's sheep looks funny evil. Yeah, I think I saw one other Umbra Saku. It did look pretty goofy. Because no matter how you paint Saku, it's still just so goofy. I have a couple counters to Gario. I'd rather ban out the Adoro so I don't have to deal with toxic ticks and such. No PvP yet, just Umbra's, gotcha. Well, this PvP patch isn't much different than the last, so you're not missing out. No, not my Taifu. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Once again, I'm not picking my. So my Koish only has a wind move. It doesn't have a water move, so it wouldn't help much against Volcrane. Yeah, you definitely don't see Volcrane very often. I'm not sure what it's probably for Stone Ball. I should live. But I guess I don't know Volcrane's offensive capabilities nearly as well anymore because you don't ever see it. Yeah. Yep. I think you only did placements last season. Don't know how motivated you're in. Fair. Oh my goodness, it's a bulky Volcrane! I know I don't have a whole lot of special attack invested in my counter, but that's still very significant. I should have thrown a Sea Spikes at the Nagais. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do this. Wish Dojo Wars more often? Yeah, that'd be fun. You think this should have actually forced you to actually have the Lumas to use them in Showdown? I think so. I was always surprised that wasn't required. very speed invested, the guys. Getting that boost on Adora helps significantly. Or Adoro could end up eating like a flaming meteorite here, but since I'm +3 defense, I should take it alright. Once Volcrane and potentially Nagai's go down, Mick should be able to deal quite a bit of damage to this team. I doubt this Volgon has like Electric Storm. Gario could have Rockfall, but Gario gets walled by Volrend. Can't do much to Adoro either. War should be every 2 weeks probably. I think it'd be better that way. It feels so much better to play now after it's only 5 minutes of waiting in between. But too many people ask for monthly. So like even if it's split, they'd probably, I don't know. You're not required to play Dojo Wars. Like ice swap. Crane choosing to attack with Earth Wave. Very interesting. It's a fun little move. It's decent damage on 2 air considering I've got very little invest on my Adoro. So Nagai's only used 3 turns to defeat Adoro. It does have 1 left, so I have to watch out for that. We're just gonna bring in Grumper. Grumper can take a hit. If he stays in on his 2-wire, it should just die. I'm not sure if I want to swap in Volrend here or just eat the hit. I could swap in Mix and force the hit onto Grumper. He doesn't have hold off of Gario. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. He does swap. And it is into Volgon. So that's interesting. Ouch. Oh, that just is a 2-hit KO. That's so sad. It's by 1 health. Alright, well, we can put the Gario to sleep. Now we just hope the Volgon doesn't have Electric Storm. It has Undermine. Now I can only assume that he's going to hit his own Gario and then Rockfall. Because there's not a whole lot I can do against that. DC beam. So it does seem like a really offensive Volgon. So if he did have, he very well could have had Electric Storm. Just got kind of lucky. Oh, but he attacks the Grumper anyways! Wow. Maybe no Rockfall? I guess I'm not really sure. That's super interesting. Garrio's gonna have Synergy Earthbreaker. If that's the case, I want a double Volgon here. It's possible. We've only seen it use Soil Steam. I feel like Rockfall is just always slotted on Gario, especially on gravel bag sets. Only time you wouldn't run it, I think, is if you're running like Relax energy drink or something. Seems like a really squishy Volgon now that I look at it. I rip my defense boost. No, it goes for Flood. So, okay. So, it doesn't have Rockfall. Man, I wish I knew that earlier. I just want to get some damage on 2-wire here, honestly. Not sure what the speed arrow was, but it was there. Maybe Faraday Cage was to prevent my Synergy Toxic Plume, so it's a good thing I didn't swap in Mix for that. Alright, that did like 35%, so it would do like 16 next time. That Gario has a ton of stam too. Kinda ridiculous. Trying to think. No, we got... Okay, that was... I was wondering if he'd do that. Because now he has hold off of... Yeah. I mean, swapping in doesn't take a turn into Seadora. God, that's so sad. Yeah, I played around the Gario all game thinking it had Rockfall and then it didn't. Or at least it just never showed it, not once. Mix still goes down to the Fury. Adoro doesn't take much though. But I'll be doing more to myself with Vegas, but I have to get rid of the Nagase this turn if I'm to have any chance left. Got +1/+1. Gario loses an eighth of its health every time it attacks me. $191. I think I just V-Gust and then Inner Spirit and hope it's enough. Which I'm gonna guess it's not. But I think the speed arrow was for Adoro and Gario. I guess I don't know for sure. Kind of banking on that and hoping that this extra toxic skin chip will be the determining factor. Yeah, because we saw the speed arrow earlier, and I was just thinking this is what it was for. Oh, and I definitely needed that chip. Wow, what a game! That one was so close. Good game, Dino dude. Whew. Okay, alright. I'll hop right back in. We got another match already. Wonder what the fourth move was. Couldn't have been Rockfall or Earthbreaker because he could have used it since you were. Yeah, I wasn't -2. I was actually still +1 in both because I had a Stonewall earlier on the Adoro. I am curious what it was though. I know I like Water Jet, but I would never run Flood over Rockfall. I would run it over Water Jet. So I did miss the follow, Tony Blast. Thank you. I appreciate it. Volerand ban, maybe wanting to play around Tyrannac. It looks like a bit of a slower paced team from Gagbomb, which is pretty surprising. Normally he runs hyper aggro physical Temps. I feel like he's been running that for a while now. It might even be Frightnac. Maybe not. I was just looking at Moala, like Moala usually has a trait you want to get off. I'm gonna try banning the Platamus since Volerand got banned out, and then leading with Karen. If it is Frightnac and it disables Reactivile my Karen, that might be a bit rough. How do we fix Piranha? You gotta rework energy reserves. I think it's fine where it's at on stall teams. It's a decent option. And his patient set does see use. The problem lies in it can't proc energy reserves on its own because it doesn't proc from overexertion or even status effects. So it has no agency over when it's able to do anything, which sucks. It is awful. That's why people don't play Piranha offensively. But when it does proc, it's super good. It's just your opponent has complete control over when it activates. I put a suggestion way back when in the Piranha feedback thread, but that's probably long buried. Don't want Hazrat heating up against me.
I think my suggestion was once Piranha runs out of stamina the first time in a battle, it gains 100% stamina back, removes the overexertion penalty, and raises its attack by like 3 or 4 stages. So it's similar to Tireless, but if you scuff your stamina, you would end up having less stamina once your stamina refills or something. I don't know. That was just my. I think that it was something along the lines of that. Hilarious. What's wrong with that idea? Mom's lunch to prevent that. Ooh, energy drink. So it's got narco hit. Attack Skink on Saku. I almost swapped in Taifu to the Karen slot, so that's a little surprising to see that. It's good, just fun. Yeah, see? I like fun. Nice, that's Saku already down to half. Want to get the Stonewall on Taifu. Plus if it eats like double wind moves, that would be alright too. He just really doesn't like Karen. I mean, he's got 2 natures, a melee. I guess it's good against Grumper. Blizzard on Gazumo? Why? I don't understand. That's so weird. What happened to Tornado? Yes, slow Tems. That's so interesting. It's really backwards for what I'd expect from a Gag Bomb team. Well, maybe Karen can come back in against Grumper at some point. A decent time for Mix to just stop by and say hello. You faced him move flank out Sped of Platy. And that alone isn't that crazy. Oh, Turbo. There he goes, faster. Why do we have Turbo and Blizzard? That's opposite game plans. My mix set is wrong. What's wrong with it? I'm sure it needs editing at some point. It's not Strange Vest? Ah, no, I just have 200 defense in it. 250 defense in it. Oh, so good. They're essentially the same. Good enough. Being outskilled by Blizzard Tem. Oh, Refreshing Breeze Saku. See, I have Refreshing Breeze on my Koish. Oh, dang. Air Specialist didn't work. Because Intimidator. Hello, Thundermo. Welcome. Certain HP threshold where it's better to invest defense, special defense. In other words, there are diminishing returns on full HP. Invest for tanky Tems. Yes, there is. And I don't fully understand it. I know that stuff like Turok gets more value with its such high natural HP pool. It would be better to invest in special defense for most of it. I'm not able to give you a great breakpoint or anything on that. Oh, not my safe retreat. That's actually kind of sad. Oh wait, I'm full health. You know, why? So safe retreat will proc when you're full health, but something like refreshing Diabolo doesn't. Just swap him a wallet to eat the Hypno. Hello, Lore Reaver. Welcome. Yeah, I actually like Refreshing Breeze. I think it's alright. It's nothing crazy. Calavish still has some use, so I'll swap and mix back in. And honestly, Typhus can come back in too. Hello, Shakalaka, welcome. Dinner time here, perfect to enjoy some yummy content. Glad you're stopping by. I know I kind of doubled up on content because East is streaming though, or casting the one semifinals, but I think that should be in Puppet Master. Yep, it is, because the Puppet Master threshold is now 45% instead of 40%. Click Gaia on the off chance I get a move off. Oh. Intimidator was off. See, that's the bug. This should have been Tyrannac's third turn on the field, so it shouldn't have actually. It shouldn't have been cancelled out. Speed arrow used in favor of not me? Well, that sucks. Can't imagine Calvis lives a +2 outgrowth. Yeah. Should have clicked Gaia. Is this food-based team? Not intentionally. Tyrannac could be really bad here. Yes. It could also be not too bad. We will see. yeah, that was close. Now, does the Gazuma have... Does Gazuma have Electric Storm or Hurricane? We saw it has Tesla Prison, Blizzard, and Turbo. A tornado. Well, that's interesting. So bait both canceled out and rocked again. Yeah, the +2 from the Zenmed on the Moala is what's gonna make me lose, because otherwise I'd be taking these hits a lot better. But yeah, I guess I should probably prioritize banning Tyrannac just because it has double spread moves. I thought maybe I could deal with it better because of toxic types, but I was not able to utilize Calibus well enough. And me miscounting the turns was rough too on Intimidator. Yeah. Yeah. No chance. I mean, technically, if I could outspeed, kill the Moala. Okay, nope, he swaps to Grumper here. How did Dino get Spadef? Refreshing breeze from the Saku. I can kill Grumper here. I could put it to sleep too. Yeah, that Tesla makes it so that the Tyrannac will be faster than my Koish, which is what I needed not to happen. The only way I want is if I could get an Emanip on the Tyrannac, put it to sleep, and then get another Emanip. +3 speed, +2 speed. Yeah, I know, but like Tyrannac's base speed is like 113 or something. Refreshing Breeze gives the target Spit F if it's synergy. If it is synergy. Otherwise it drops Spit F. Wiki says gives. Come on, Mix, live the outgrowth. You're +6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it still just doesn't quite matter because I could one-shot Moala here, but I don't have enough to deal with Tyrannac. And I couldn't kill them. I couldn't kill the Tyrannac in one Emanip because of the +3 special defense. So that was really close, even though the game looked completely doomed. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, and then he outsped. If he hadn't outsped, maybe. I guess what my play had to be is I had to predict the Gazuma not to tornado, and then I had to do a non-synergy refreshing breeze onto the Tyrannac to lower its special defense. That would have won me the game. I'm not used to using such a weird but also really cool move like that, because the Gazuma T Prison would not have killed my Koish. Not a chance. So I would have lived to at least probably get a refreshing breeze off, because the Tyrannac clicked it clicked outgrowth. Tyrannac was +2, I was -2, but refreshing breeze is high prio. So I very potentially could have outsped the Tyrannac, lowered his special defense, and then that would have flipped the game entirely. So, GG's regardless. That one was a fun one. Very, very close in the end. Taifu is one of the Temtem's best designs. They should make it way better. Yeah, Taifu's super interesting. Now that Leech is, like, I know lots of people don't like that Leech was reworked, but I'm just glad a move like it exists in the game. Where's deep am I now for Taifu? If you mean Pookie, then this is my 8th. I was actually debating on getting an Umbra Taifu because I'm not a fan of Banana, and I think that Umbra Taifu would really fit its like evil theme of Leech. But its cost it's overpriced right now, so I'm waiting to see if they're gonna fix the prices or if it's just gonna be what it is. Even so, I don't really have the Lumidraft to spare right now. Maybe once I get another excess. Shadow Flare, hello, welcome. Not a fan of Taifu. I like Taifu's playstyle a little. Like, I think it's fun. So, and I appreciate the caterpillar. Temtem. I like bugs. You don't think Knock Conversion deserves to be in? Yeah, I think it should just be a boost. But even then, I'd still probably run Safe Retreat. I just think Safe Retreat should be 3 turns of regen. Make it the same as Refurbished. They won't fix it the next patch. I think they said that much. It cannot be hard to fix. You just literally just switch some numbers, I'd imagine. But I don't know. Better since it's prior look. You hate it regardless. That's fair. That's fair. I love Grumper, and people hate Grumper. So what a noob. Oh, it's another mix. Look. That's fun. Now, I myself also don't have a lot of spread moves. I guess I've got like Toxic Plume, Denigrate, rip my mix. So fine, you don't get to have fun either. Be that way. That means I care less about Nagais now. Wolfie pick is interesting. I'm taking Karen here because I want to pressure off the Garunder. Turn 1, optimally, I just swap to Calibus. I just don't feel like taking a Plague. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but doesn't need to happen. Like a stompy feet and adorable mad face. Yeah, it looks soft and cuddly, but it just has that look like you ticked it off. Volgon, okay. Bye bye, Grounder. Be really interesting if he still bans the Grumper, even though I just banned Grounder, which is like the thing's biggest counter. Is it really the main reason why? Okay. I guess he wants to pick, yeah, Volorend. Now my options are running a bit thin with great ways to do a Volorend, but if I can doom it with Karen, that'd be awesome. I wonder if it's like a short circuit Volgon or something. There's not a whole lot of synergies on the team, so it very well could be. We'll go with Adoro. Wins an endgame against Platamus, and gets value against almost everything with Toxic Skin. Oh, the guy's picked up. Elvis isn't going to help. Well, Ifu's not going to do much either. At the very least, Calibus has mom's lunch and threatens strangles and such. Yeah, I have no idea if it's going to be what trade of Volgon it's going to be. She swaps it out. Latimus. Interesting. Volorend really likes this board. He knows I have Reactive Vial too. And I'm Skull Helmet, so he can't even trap me. Ah. Okay, that sucks. It's not quite a 3-hit KO. Which means I'll need something else to damage it. Guess I could spend the turn beefing up. Volorend's gonna get a lot of value this game. I have basically one more free turn on Karen because of the Reactive Vial. Let's throw a Stonewall on Volorend. I think it'll get a lot of value from it in the long run. Good. Oh, I forgot to put the speed in Calibus, so I could outspeed or my own Volrend with Water Blade to break evasion for Platimus matchup specifically. That's a shame. I should have rested. Ah, I should have rested. Oh well, getting special defense on Volrend's not bad ever. It'll be +3/+3 after this. The main thing I kept cowering in for was just to get the Psychosis off hold. It would be best to get the Psychosis on Turok, but Turok probably has bait. It would also work against Volrend. I don't know if his Volphy has handcuffs, I assume it does, and the reason it hasn't procced is because Skull Helmet prevents exhaustion now. Interesting, he swapped in Volgon here. Platimus has marbles? Okay, that's lame. But goodbye, stamina bar. Woo! Now I don't feel so bad about using the Nox Bomb from Volrend because I'm swapping out anyways. I have Matcha, so if I do rest, I get like tons of my stamina back. It's a relatively good board for Adoro. It's not going to want to be again against the 2 wins anyways. Platimus swap, Volrend come in. Fair enough. I don't care too much about Calibus, I just want to get rid of Volgon if it can for me. Though I do wish I swapped in Karen now. Beef up on the Volrend. So he'll be scaling too. Kinda hoping he'd just double in and kill Calibus this turn. Oh, please tell me. Ah, that's sad. Hello, welcome. I could have clicked Beta Burst. I'm just like, yeah, this is probably enough damage. I'd rather get some chip on Volrend. Just in case he swaps and avoids the Doom. Cage, okay. This sucks. I can't really do anything. I wanted Calibus to die. I wanted to hold off of Hypnosis. Also, I missed the speed tie. I could have actually just smacked Volgon. That was an interesting play, because now his Volrend's exhausted again. He's gonna send in Turok. I don't know which slot he's going to target, because I still want to get Karen in, but I can't freely. Be better to swap out Calibus so I can bring it in for exhaust later. Wrong slot. I thought he would have targeted Adoro because I can use Inner Spirit. We'll see if he's got speed invest on his Volarend. My Koish is at 200 speed. So we can outspeed like Toxin Shower when buffing up Taifu with Refresh. Or Refreshing Breeze. Nice, okay. I'm not really sure why he's ignoring my Adoro, but whatever. Worst thing he can do here is swap in Latimus, or okay. Okay, yeah, well, rip my Koish's turn. That does literally nothing. Diabolo on the Adoro? I totally remembered that existed, yeah. 100%. Mom's lunch. Probably should have used V-Gust so that I don't just get wrecked. Ah, Arushiol. I thought ahead. Might come down to like a speed tie of how much he's got in his Volarend. I'm really kind of running out of options. He's just not killing my stuff, which is smart because it's not giving me space and I'm not swapping enough. Whatever, I guess it's just time for Volarend. Like, that doesn't do anything. Problem is, his Volarend outspeeds mine, because I have 0 speed in mine, and he has some in his. But he goes for the Adoro! Dude! Dude, how are you gonna kill my Volarend now? I guess I'm assuming I'm going to kill him, but I'm +2 max attack, or like close to max attack Volarant, so yeah. So he toxin showers on Platimus and probably tries to exhaust my Volarant here. No. Okay. I could have just killed his Platimus there. Big oops. Alright. Let's just kill the Volphy. Dude. Now you toxin shower? Marble's Pride is just enough damage so that I can't finish him off here. Or so that I wouldn't have lived. If I had that extra 5% health, I bet I would have. Running our exact same Saku set from the MSI team, but maybe we're slot and Pedal Dagger. Thinking over Boomerang. You wouldn't have any wind move on your Saku then, so that would feel so bad. I can't recommend it. $45. It's a 3-hit KO. You really like energy drink on knockouts, shed tuning. I've never really had a time where I'm like, man, I really wish I could click Pedal Dagger. It probably would be a time, but I haven't run into it yet. Alright, so now's kind of a crucial turn, because if he clicks Feather Gatling, I would really want to finish him off here, but he's probably going to click Turbine. So then I would want to rest. No! No! Ah, man. Alright. Yeah, I lose. I didn't want to have to take a 20 damage OX, but I didn't want to have to take a hit at all. I was hoping I could outplay him. It didn't matter about Rotten Goo if I didn't get the Machi. I just needed to kill the Turok. Yeah. Yeah, that play, like the whole game got down to that one, 50-50. But I mean, he made such weird plays throughout this entire game. So I'm not really sure what was going through this player's head. But GG's. Because like all I wanted was the Volarant endgame. He didn't do anything to prevent that. He didn't, like, he kept targeting every time that wasn't Volarant. Didn't try and chip the Volarant down. Nothing. He's just like, I'll take your Volarant endgame. Which had I just predicted right there, I would have won. It was just a 50-50 in the last couple turns, and I guessed wrong, which feels so bad. Petal Dagger allows Soccer to threaten nature attacks on lead. Yeah, but you're not going to be one-shotting an Oshara with Petal Dagger. Not going to be... Like, you're not going to kill something with Petal Dagger. You can actually kill something with Front Whip. Only time you'd really want Petal Dagger turn 1 is if you're facing like a wind resist and you just want to chip them down. Even a Boomerang and a Front Whip kills most Turoks. Especially the ones that sack HP invest for special defense. Hello, Light Cube, welcome. Genesect. I faced him once with this team already, so he knows how it works. I'm sure Mix is getting banned right away. I'm surprised to see a Scunch here. I know Scunch... I'm pretty sure Scunch still has Stonewall. But it's still kind of surprising. Really? I mean, once I ban Nidrasil, he's got like Toxic Plume, potentially Electric Storm, maybe Binary Flood. My mix different from other mixes? I'm not sure what a normal mix looks like nowadays. I throw 250 defense invest on mine, so it can live a CPG and still get into range from most special attacks that it would normally. Match with Stonewall and 5 PPH? Ooh, that's interesting. I respect it. Didn't think about 5 PPH. It's not a common move right now. I think this Scaravolt has something other than like Toughen, Shelter, Burrow. Like it actually would have Electric Storm. Elibus looks decent here too. No Yowler picked up. Interesting. Maybe this is better. Because I can beat up the Scunch and the Piranha. Launch wall, suplex. I see. Probably a perfect jab. Maybe he's going for like, oh wow, it's half full. Half once. A Feather Gatling into an Embers might hurt more than I respect it. He's also got nicknames, so this is a pro team. D tier. Hey man, it's Piranha, come on. I know you're right, but it doesn't feel any better. So the bug probably just has Meteor Swarm then. Which, unless it's attack invested, I could eat one of, for sure. Well, probably, I guess the +2 attack kind of throws things off, but Meteor Swarm is actually a really weak move, especially without synergy. Maybe it doesn't have a spread move. Maybe that's why he's thinking so long. I don't see a whole lot of forms of healing. It's just the Revitalized from Piranhient. No, like, Kaleidoscope Lifeless Zaps for his bug. Gotta be a DC? Nah. He's just planning 5 turns ahead. Alright, 17.5%. Alright, Feather Gatling. Or maybe he was calculating how much damage this does. That does do half. So I can just do that same double again. And he very graciously knocked me into Puppet Master range. I shouldn't die to a single Toxic Plume. Emphasis on shouldn't. Yeah, I assumed he swapped out there, but I didn't have a whole lot of great options. Because if he stayed in and clicked a button on Voldaren, that would have been really bad for me. Okay. I got it. There's gonna be a roar coming out of this Cowrin real soon here. I can put the Voldaren to sleep, get a leech on the Cowrin before it gets the roar off at least. Gonna have to watch out for this Voldaren all game though. He does not have a lot of reserve time. He does swap. He does scunch. Okay, interesting. Does hurt my rotation a little bit, but since I swapped in, the initial one's not nearly as bad. Zen mid Bark Shield. Okay, that's interesting. He just clicks Stonewall. Yeah, that Voldren's gonna be a pretty big issue. Diabolo helps my rotation significantly. My Taifu's probably going to be faster, which is a bit unfortunate. I was hoping I could take the Nox Bomb and then get the leech off. Ooh, perfect jab. That is his last move. So I have +1 from the Bark Shield. That's still not something I want to have to continue worrying about. Hypno the Volrend again. Just a Gaia. Get a healing going just in case he attacks me and fills up my stam bar, which is the main thing. Interesting, the Volrend swaps out. Brings in his Scaravolt. Baton Pass healing, that's kind of a pain. Yeah, he's defensively scaling faster than I am offensively. I'm gonna throw another Mark Shield so that my Leech, after the +2 from Zenmed, kills the Skunch. Or Skunch swaps. Okay. I guess he's just not worried about Taifu much at all. I'd like to keep Koish alive. Can sack some health on Adoro, I don't particularly need it. I have to hope that Leech does a decent amount of damage to this Scaravolt, otherwise I'm kinda toast. Yeah, dang. Yeah, that is not a whole lot of damage. Oh, and Magma Cannon. Yikes! He's got Thunder Strike, Magma Cannon. That's actually all I know right now. I'm probably toast. I don't really see a great way I can come out of this. My mix doesn't have enough healing. It was taken down too low that it just can't refresh off of the toxic plumes, and this Volrend's never leaving the field anymore. I was hoping I could target down the right slot a bit harder and potentially just make it a Volrend 1v1 and maybe just sleep, refresh sort of thing. Must have been predicting a mix swap in. It buys me a little bit of time. Not a whole lot, but I'll take what I can get. Bait on the Piranhient. Interesting. At this moment, I really wish my Volrend was Strange Vest. Nice, he's gonna revitalize. Don't have enough damage to kill it. Kinda close, but just not enough. Throw Denigrate, which should finish off the Piranhient. I'll get a... It might actually just be better to... I'll denigrate and Toxic Plume. Who cares? Yeah, that's pretty good. That is not as good. I feel like he's just having fun setting up because I can't threaten him offensively at all. Like, I can throw an Inner Spirit. And then just beef up so I can do a little bit more damage in the few turns I have left. Swaps out Sax's Piranha. Eat the Inner Spirit. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Scarable just keeps healing with the Baton Pass. I don't think I've seen a Tem heal so much with that item before. I beef up and then I still think Toxic Plume's gonna do more. It's kind of sad, really. Just because of the Toxic Tick alone. Ah, unfortunate. I could have swapped. I lived. That's actually really funny. Ooh, I do not live that. Volrendo X, just maybe? No. It did have Electric Storm. Ah! I never stood a chance. Because I need 2 refreshes to survive the Toxic Plume here. My speed tiers are actually a little messed up. That's another one I should fix. My quest should be before my mix. That doesn't even give me the chance. Oh, he's actually gonna make me wake up his... No, I was gonna say I may have woken up his Volrend myself. Okay, yeah, sorry, I should have forfeited like 10 turns ago. We'll just do it now. Is it? I'm just not skilled in the ways of stall. When you don't have Doom, it's really hard to take out Tems when you're playing stall. I thought I had a nice amount of scaling with ZenMed and refresh. Actually, you know, maybe that was it. Maybe that was my problem. I have some attack invests and everything. I'm not facing as many like full aggro teams as I expected. Just haven't seen a whole lot of Tolkien, Hazrat, Oshiara, anything teams. Okay, well, oh, this is just a stall stream. I should have just posted that in the title, I suppose. I maybe I need to add Nidrasil. I don't like having that bad of a fire weakness, but having it's such a problematic tem. People say the thing's balanced. I disagree. I think the thing is too strong. Just does a little bit too much damage, healing, and support. Like buff up Bark Shield, Stam with Cooperation, and further heals. It even has an insane attack stat at base. Get value with Nox Bomb. Grumper keeps getting banned, which is interesting. I wonder if there's like something I don't understand about Grumper. Or maybe they're just banning it because it's a sleep tem. And without speed, well, I don't have any speed invest in this one, but it would probably outspeed a lot of their team. I'm gonna pick Volerand. Volerand seems pretty strong. Maybe I'll try and do the same thing Genesec did to me last game. Just throw some stone walls on it, beef up constantly, and then see what I can do. Got Karen. Karen can get some nice soil steams on Tuvine. Probably gonna ban the Moments here, just because I don't have a whole lot of great ways to kill it. Magma could turn into a huge problem too. I'm hoping I can manage against it with maybe some Toxic Ticks and Sleep or something. I think I'm gonna leave Taifu this game. I picked the Volfia though, which does tempt me to pick the Taifu just a little bit. Just because it completely walls the thing. But having to break through both a Volerand and Magma is just a bit too tough, I think. Oh man, even the Piranha. Yeah, fine, we'll try it. Well, we can live without Calibus, maybe? Yeah, go for the Owler, not the Magma. Yeah! All I gotta do is take out Volerand now. Which, like, isn't gonna be easy, but be something. Volerand's got Strange Vest. Most of my team's special attackers, so that helps me more than anything. I can get through at least one of these two, Adoro becomes a lot more useful. Volfi Piranha Yowler backline. Maybe that's why they ban Grumper. Because Electric is such a strong type and they keep one of having Volarend as their carries. My team's weaker to Volarend than I give it credit for. So he wants to take out mine too. That does do enough that I'll die to another. Receptive bait. Huh. I'm gonna throw the Nox Bomb on the 2-Vine, just so I can force a potential 3-hit KO on the opposing 2-Vine. I'm still planning on just dooming the Volarend though, and hoping that the Piranha doesn't have Restore and the Volfi doesn't have Handcuffs. But the Volfi surely has like Bush. The Kaleidoscope Bush would push off Doom as well, which is also bad. So it would be tough to find the right time to bring it in. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but it does enough. I think that does enough. It's like 30% almost exactly. I guess we just Koish. I want to leave the 2-Vine alive here. I probably could just rest it on Koish. I just needed something to bring in. Because like I said, if I can just get rid of these two, my options open up so much more. He's just clicking attack moves. I guess this is the difference between Tsubaki and Geno. Tsubaki's not afraid to just play a bruiser comp with his stall. Geno probably just tries to force a raid boss. Yes, that is correct, Light Cube. And I'm struggling against both. Trying to beat a master at their own game isn't a good plan. Wolfie does come in. How'd the first game go? Yeah, I was trying to eliminate everything other than Vola and just force a 1v1 in the end, but I couldn't do it. Made some good swaps, couldn't keep up. I don't have a strangle or anything. I can't prevent the Wolfie from moving. No seized. No nothing. Swapped out the Volerund. It's a bit strange. Maybe not knowing what this Koish even does. Yeah, Diabola does not a whole lot, but it does give me a lot of stam to work with, which is nice. He has to swap Volerund back into the Piranha slot and click Bush. Or like plate handcuffs if he has it. Yeah. Just unfortunate for me, but it had to be done. No handcuffs? Do you have the wrong item? Or does he not have Bush or something? That was interesting. That helps significantly. I might be able to pull this off. Yay for Psychosis being the only broken Doom move left in the game. Clash can be useful once Volfi and Tuvan go down. I'd rather bring in Taifu here. See if there's any potential to knock out Tuvan with Soil Steam. Maybe he's got Lifeful Sap and he'll just bring a Lifeful Sap and then Mom's Lunch to push off the Volfi Doom. I could see that one. Alright, so those are the two big threats down. Adoro's going to be really nice to clean up the end game here. I'll start throwing some buffs around. Actually, Taifu can really only leech, but that's fine. Leech on Piranha's good damage. Alright. Hey, we beat him! GG's. Yeah, I mean, on my team, I don't have a lot of Doom Clear either. I have Refreshing Breeze, which, with Synergy, removes all status effects. And I do have quite a few statuses, but in general, I don't have a whole lot, so... Because you just don't see Doom often. And when you have Stall, it seems like you want way more moves than you can carry. Like, they gave Karen Petrify. I wish I could have, like, 6 or 7 move slots on Karen, but it's just not really an option. Probably play just this last one, call it a day. Got a faster paced team, so hopefully this one doesn't take ages now. Raiken's Fire, which is kind of bad, and also it has spread moves. I feel like he's forced to ban Mix now. Unless he's got Sandstorm on the Volphy, which wouldn't be the first time. I saw one the other day and it was very sad. Like, Volphy has so many good moves in its last slot. Like, you got Quicksand, you got Jinx Whisper, Bush, Lifeful Sap. Somebody was running Sandstorm. I know, I run Sandstorm on my slower Volphys, because it does come in handy. Especially when you're not going to get fast sleeps, bushes, or anything off. But Lifeful Sap's definitely an option on slower Volphy too. So is Quicksand if you got a lot of wins. Bring in Mix. He's kind of... He wants to bring in his Inky, I believe, so he can have Quartz Dirt, but Quartz Dirt alone does not kill Mix. Problem is, Sludge Gift from Volphy also doesn't put me in range, and I'm not fast enough to Crystal Spikes myself into range. Not that I'd want to risk that anyways. Seems okay. I'm gonna have to ban the Inky now, because he banned both my Earths. Well, the run looks alright here. Definitely gonna pick up a Doro. Last slot, I'm not entirely sure. Double Toxic makes me not want to pick Taifu. But I'm not going to get a lot of sleep value from Koish. So I'll just bring Taifu anyways. I feel like Taifu's almost never in a matchup where it hits neutrally. It's either being threatened by something super effectively, or it is threatening super effectively. And the reason I didn't want to pick Calibus is because I didn't want to have to exhaust my own mix. Hey, it's Argon. He's watching. Stopping the stream. Maybe he's watching the other stream going on. We'll probably go and raid them after this. I think it's still going on. I think they started later than I initially thought. Render swaps, okay. That's fair. Ah. Oh! Oh, I'm trolling. Yeah, okay, I did not think about that interaction. Well, I sort of just lost the game. Because this Valash just uses like any crystal move it wants now, and my mix is toast. If I could self Emanip, I'd love to right now, but that's not really an option. Yeah, that was super troll. Yeah, it is a special Valash. If I was full health, I could have lived that. Yeah, I don't really have any other way to kill this Garunder now. Almost completely walls my entire team. That was just an awful turn one. I'm not the best place to call it, but I didn't. This team was interesting. I think I'm gonna try more of an aggressive team with Mix next time, where it's just more or less a normal mid-range team, but there's gonna be Mix on it. Because its typing offensively is nice to have, and your opponent always has to think if it's on the team. I think it would be better off as just an option if my opponent doesn't have spread moves, rather than wanting to force it as my carry every single game. And that's kind of where I went wrong. But I wanted to try it anyways, see how viable it would be. There's the code if anyone wants. I'm not going to put it on the side, it's just not a good enough team. I think I'm just going to have those 3 codes there for a while, just because those are 3 better ones I would actually recommend to people. But there it is if anyone's interested. And like I said, we're going to go and raid the East stream. Some top tier comp content there. Basically, it's the same tournaments. They just call it the league. And so it's probably going to be the best example we have so far of what tournament teams are going to look like right now. So I'd recommend watching. So, but thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.